This episode is brought to you by
JG
Graybill!
Woo! Now enjoy the episode. Should we start by cheering for the Cowboys?
Never ever start an episode by cheering for the Cowboys.
Yeah, but cheering for their loss.
That's not cheering for the Cowboys.
No, I guess you're right. Cheering for the Cowboys to continue to do that.
Yeah, cheering for Deshaun Jackson continually.
Yes! I was surprised he didn't get injured on that play.
Weirdest thing ever.
Surprised he didn't get injured.
It's either his career.
Why did Nelson Aguilar go from the Eagles to the Raiders, and then Deshaun Jackson went from the Eagles to the Raiders?
Well, he went Eagles, Rams,
Well,
Raiders.
Raiders,
But,
yeah.
I don't know. The Raiders like fast guys.
They steal all our guys.
The Raiders seem to always have one like really fast player. They like speed. Clearly, it's paid off for them, as they are now in a
Henry
division
Ruggs
with
likes
Tyreek
speed.
Hill. Yeah, let's not go there. Oh my word! This is episode 127. I don't know if I'll keep that in or not.
2, 7.
Magic. It might be a cold
That kinda
open.
hurt.
Normally, a cold open has a bit more of a payoff than alluding to a guy who got arrested for speeding.
Mm-hmm, yeah, but you
Not
were
a very
talking about the
uplifting-
Raiders being fast,
Not a
so
very
it's kind of hard to
uplifting way
avoid that.
to start an episode. But it's fine. I'm joined by Luke. Parker is not here, unfortunately.
I am here, though.
But it's probably to be expected as it's Thanksgiving week, so
It would have been
schedules
tough to get us
are
all
pretty
together.
full.
Yeah.
Happy Thanksgiving, even though it's 4 days
Giving
after Thanksgiving
thanks
when
to thou
this comes
how
out.
are without.
What?
I don't know. Thankful for all our listeners and fans out there. We salute you.
Yep. And we also salute veterans.
Yes, you two veterans.
Yep. Hot start to this episode.
Hot, like hot sauce.
Before we get to anything of
New segment idea. We're gonna rank hot sauces. I love hot sauce.
Okay. Coming up later in this Luke's top 5 hot sauces. That's called a tease, so stay tuned. Before we get to the sports stuff, or really any of the important plan stuff, because all of this is very important stuff we must get to, I received a text from Luke earlier today informing me that he was in fact back at Michael's.
I was. So, as many of you know, well, actually, we were recording on Friday, so many of you don't know. But today was Black Friday, and I was out shopping and ended up going to Michael's. I was getting a gift for my brother. Shh. Hopefully he's not watching this. He doesn't usually, so we're okay. And I was standing in line, and I thought, I wonder if they're going to stereotype me again. They didn't. They asked me for my phone number. Do you know what I did? I gave them my phone number. And do you want to know what? I got $3 off of what I was buying.
Way to go, Michael's.
$3 off. I saved $3 because they didn't stereotype me.
Wow.
So thank you, Michael's.
So you are a member at Michael's?
My mom is, apparently.
Okay, so you gave
'Cause
them...
I put in her phone number, and I got $3
yeah.
off.
Nice. Congrats, Michael's.
You've upped your game.
Yes, they saw the issue, recognized it, and fixed it.
That, in fact, they
So
did.
good for them. And then you saved $3, which I guess is also good for you.
Yeah.
But mostly good for Michael's.
Yeah.
You know, they were the ones that you compared to.
They definitely watched this episode and were
Hitler.
like,
So
yes.
that happened.
That
Go check out that episode. I think the episode is literally titled "Luke Gets Stereotyped at a Michael's."
Yeah.
So it should be pretty easy to find Luke. You gave him a pretty hard time about a pretty insignificant event.
Part of me is like, feels bad. The other part of me is like, absolutely not. They deserved everything I said.
I'm sure their stock took a real hit from
Oh, yeah.
you trashing them on the podcast too. That
Oh, yeah.
was
Oh, yeah.
definitely a huge threat to them. So it's a good thing they got that cleared up, because otherwise it was just a downhill slope of
Oh, yeah.
stereotypes after stereotypes.
Horrible.
And next thing you know, the only people left in your store are people actually named Michael.
That is a Parker joke right there. You just made
Gotta
a
make
Parker
up for
joke.
his absence. Someone has to step in and do the important role of saying
No.
dumb stuff that makes no sense.
But it's so funny.
If it works, that's the formula. If you guys haven't figured it out, that's like a good 50% of the chemical formula that makes up the podcast is Parker saying weird stuff. So, someone's got to bridge that gap, and I guess we'll take turns today, but I got the first bridge. We had a Marvel draft, more self-consuming stuff. We're just focusing on ourselves to start the episode. We did a Marvel draft a couple weeks ago. The video came out, again, 4 days after this is coming out. And I think it was a pretty even draft, honestly. I figured Parker and Luke would kind of dominate, considering they have seen every Marvel thing ever. But I feel like I held my own, and Luke had a not very, a not very inclusive team. Parker and I gave him a hard time for it. For no reason. He picked 6 white people.
Listen to this.
I mean,
the fact that you're even looking at race as who you drafted says that all you see is color. When I saw a team, I didn't even notice that because that's not what I look at.
Oh, I didn't notice it until I needed a reason to put your team down.
That's not what I look at. I look at, not that, because I didn't even notice that.
I mean, not to brag, but I had a raccoon, a tree, and an alien on my team, so...
Well, I had 2 aliens on my team.
Yeah, but they were white. So...
Well... they were still aliens.
Oh, my word. So Parker and I had a good time giving Luke a hard time about that. That's the first part. And if you thought that was an argument, you have not seen the comment section on our post.
Me and his dad went at it a lot.
In the comments. The votes in the comments determine who wins. And my dad, who I think has maybe watched half the Marvel movies, gave the most tepid, have everybody be happy on all parties horrible comment, where he said Owen has the best brawn, Luke has the best brains, and Parker has the best leadership, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luke, instead of going after all of the commenters who actually picked a team, was like, no, this is where I plant my flag on this comment. And they went back and forth.
I agreed
and
with
it was really entertaining.
Part of that comment. I
that
agree.
Yours was the best smarts?
Yeah, I had the best brain. I agree with that. Parker definitely had the best leadership. I agree with that. But Owen did not have the best brawn. No chance. 0.
10%. Which is all I need.
Through 0.
10% chance.
0.
But it was very entertaining having them go back and forth over just, again, not a really strong opinion. It was
kind of fun.
It'd be like me saying, you know what? Jalen Hurts is an average starting quarterback. And Luke being like, oh, no. And just yelling at me about it. So it was a very
it was weird
situation.
But it was kind of fun. It was funny to watch.
Yeah, and then, of course, Chris, Agent of Chaos, he voted for me. And then Luke manipulated him and turned him to his side. So that's a problem. I gotta get Chris's vote back by the end of the day. It's a problem. Chris's comment is buried in here somewhere. It's a complete mess. Oh my word, there's so many. There's a couple of comments on here where it says all sports all the time. That's me. I flipped between accounts, so some of them
that made it 10 times worse. Oh,
it's a mess.
I saw that and I'm like, this is not good.
So what did Chris say? Chris voted for me, but then in response to one of Luke's points,
he goes, homie, your coach and leader are literally rivals. That's awful chemistry. My coach is Zemo and my leader is Captain America. And I said, would be true had the show Falcon and the Winter Soldier not taken place, where Zemo kind of turned over to the good side, worked with Bucky and Sam. And
yeah, but did he work with Captain America?
No, but if he worked with if he worked with Bucky and Sam, he would have also worked with Captain America because they were working essentially for Captain America and continuing his mission. And then Chris basically says, oh, that's a really good point. And Owen's team is Thanos, so the only one he was able to take down was Iron Man.
Who's also on my team.
Yeah, but Iron Man was the only one able to take him down with Thanos and the stones, and we established that it was Thanos without the stones before the draft, and Owen didn't. And then I just basically hated on Owen for a whole comment. And then he made a weird low-key pun and then switched to my team.
Yeah, I didn't get that.
He said, like, instead of saying, "Oh, that is low-key a big game changer."
Oh,
he said,
like he-
like low-key as in LOW.
Like naming your kid last week when we did
pretty
that.
much.
There's
Well, it was
low-key
like
rich.
low-key. Yeah, low-key.
That's wow. Okay. So yeah, if you want to call Chris at some point, maybe we can
we'll
get.
do that. See if
We'll
I
try
can-
to get a little bit of clarification, and see if I can, turn him back. But basically, my case for my team that I drafted was one, it needs no argument. Luke had to give all these explanations and stuff, whereas this is my team. It's
Any
pretty
true
good.
Marvel fan that looks at my team will know that, like that you were playing to your audience, which is a good thing.
Exactly.
But all you have to, but you don't like, if you know Marvel at all, you will look at me and Parker's team and be like, that's way better than his team.
My
And you'll
team
look at
is-
my team and be like, that's even better than Parker's team.
My team is the team of the everyman, the common person.
The
Whereas
regular folk, as your dad would say.
Yes, you and Parker have the elitist Marvel fan team. Let's talk about football this week, Luke.
Let's do it.
Your-
Cowboys lost.
They did, yes.
That made
That's
me-
the most important thing.
I literally, Thanksgiving was good, but the Cowboys lost, and boy, did I have
Made
everything to be
Thanksgiving better.
thankful for.
Yep, it was.
And
great.
my family and stuff like that, but the Cowboys losing.
Priorities.
Yeah.
Fantasy football though, your trade of Jonathan Taylor is looking worse and worse every week.
Hey, I actually did the math. If I would have kept
single
Jonathan
week.
Taylor, I still wouldn't have won any of the weeks. I did the math.
None?
I did the math, and I would have been starting Jonathan Taylor over Zach Moss, and based on my point differentials, I think there might have been 1 week that I would have won. But if,
Wow, your team is bad then.
yeah, that's the funny thing. Of the weeks, there was 1 week I would have won because I lost by like 2 points that week. And let's see, my running backs had like 40, and Jonathan Taylor had like 46. So
Even
it
if
wouldn't have been winning by a lot, but it would have been still winning, but very little bit. But I have zero chance of the playoff.
even if you hadn't won any of those though, you would still have Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah, I understand
and
that.
you could keep him. Or if you had traded him, but like gotten more back,
Yeah, no, I understand.
valuing Jonathan Taylor a bit more.
He
Ethan Keitel
broke
fleeced,
out after I traded
Ethan
him.
Keitel fleeced you. I said it.
Yeah. He broke out after I traded him, which is something that is kind of disappointing because I would have liked to have him. But at the same time, hey, I might have made a mistake this year, and this year very much looks like I made a mistake. What if next year it's different? And
We'll
if it's
see.
not different, then I lost on that. And hey, in life, you have to make big moves. And if you don't make those big moves in life, then you can't move because you're not big.
Sure, that works out. Yeah, let's go with that.
Hey, fantasy football is something that I care deeply about, and I want to win fantasy football. But in the reality of things, I want to be a doctor. And so fantasy football means absolutely nothing.
You just did a complete 180. Fantasy football means so much to me. It means nothing to me. I can't say it any more clearly than that. That's just the most clear way I can
Ultimately, what I'm
present
trying to
this
say
information to
is
you.
I watched this video about how, it was like about fantasy football, but then it just like brought into a broad spectrum of things that in order to be successful in fantasy football, sometimes you just got to make a big move. And in the moment, you might not know if it's the right or the wrong move, but you do it anyway. And it was a big move. And right now it looks like the wrong move, but maybe in the future it'll prove to be the right move. And therefore, it'll benefit me. But it could also unbenefit me, and then it's on me for making that move. So, it is what it is.
I think it is what it is a good way to, just summarize fantasy football.
It is what it is.
Crazy stuff happens, and then
Y'all
at
are
the
just
end,
salty because
you
Ethan's
look
really
at
good
it,
now.
We are. Dude, he's gonna dominate all of us. It's really, really frustrating. Because he like auto drafted.
On the bright side,
2/3 of
Robert
his team.
Woods is gone.
Frustrating. Yeah, what? How did that even? I don't even want to get into it. Doesn't matter. Real football, yeah, the Cowboys lost. The Eagles are on fire.
Woohoo! The Eagles are going to the Super Bowl. That's all I got to say about it.
Okay, I was going to say, how are you feeling about Jalen Hurts?
Okay.
Because
Ebbed
and flowed throughout the year.
No, and I'm actually dead serious when I say this. Like, not like Eagles are going to the Super Bowl joking around kind of thing. But hey, they might. I don't know. But with Jalen Hurts, I say we got to ride him out. I think we got to give him a chance. I know Howie wanted to draft another quarterback, or reports said he did, or whatever. But I mean, the way Jalen's been looking, well, he hasn't been looking like a Tom Brady or an Aaron Rodgers or something like that. He's been looking like a young Lamar Jackson, and I think we got to ride him out. And especially in these last, I'd say, 2 or 3 games, he's improved, I feel like, a heck of a lot since the beginning of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And, I mean, if we try something new, it could be a reset all over again. And I think Jalen is a viable option to continue with.
Yes.
So I think he's still working on his throwing, but I think it's definitely got a lot better, and he's running like crazy against the best run defense in the NFL, and so.
Yeah, the Saints game was really the turning point, I think.
Oh yeah, it's just like last year.
Yeah, you go up
and
against...
I mean, not that we turned last year, but it was Jalen's breakout last year as well.
Yeah, we go up against the best run defense in the league. I think they're allowing like 60 rush yards a game, and then the Eagles run for 200 on them.
Yeah.
I still don't think Jalen, like you said, is like in the elite tier where he can do it with anyone.
He's elite for fantasy. He's the number 2 ranked fantasy quarterback.
Yeah, but in like actual football terms, he's not like going to be the guy that can carry a team. Probably he's going to need pieces around him,
and he has
help.
those pieces.
But yeah, when he has them, they're as good as anybody.
Yeah,
not right now, but. Yeah, he can pretty clearly take a team to a Super Bowl.
We have to stick with Jalen and use those draft picks to rebuild around Jalen.
Yeah. And then if Howie messes those up, then that's on him, not on Jalen.
It is what it is. We can't control it. It is what it is.
Imagine if there was a sports show where instead of giving takes, you just it is what it is.
It is what it is. Hey.
Hey, Luke,
I love sports and I love like making sports predictions, but in reality, we have zero control over anything that happens in sports.
That's the best thing about sports talk is that
and
they do all of the
people get so passionate about it when in reality you have
no.
Like I like how people get passionate about it, but in reality, you can't control it.
And that's the secret, is that none of it nobody knows anything. Really.
We are just in space and time, and we live in a simulation.
Whoa, that's not where I was going with that.
Oh.
I was just going with, like, the Titans will lose to the Jets, but then beat the Chiefs, but then lose to the Texans. Like, that sort of thing.
Oh, that kind. I thought we were talking
more
about, like,
lower
Elon
scale.
Musk, like,
no.
a simulation.
No, I was just saying how the NFL is weird.
Yeah.
I can see how you get that confused.
Yeah.
So, the NFL's weird.
Yeah.
As
NFL
I was saying.
Is very, very weird.
I want to go on this rabbit trail a bit, and I'm going to give you a sports topic, and you have to just give a slight bit of analysis, but always work it back to it is what it is.
Okay, I like this.
Okay. So let's
see if I can figure out how to do this.
Yeah, let's start with oh, this is going to be bad. The Saints are 0-4 with Trevor Siemian.
Yeah.
Should they bring in Taysom Hill to start next week?
I think it'd be beneficial to maybe give a change of pace. You're already not looking great. So I think a change of pace and maybe a changing quarterback is really what's best for them. Letting Trevor Siemian sit some out maybe, or maybe even like do a half and half kind of thing. Maybe split the snaps a little bit. But ultimately, it's Saints' decision, and it is what it is. Whatever happens is what we're gonna see next Sunday.
I like this. This is gonna be entertaining. Oh my word. Zach Wilson is back.
Yeah.
For the Jets this week. They're going up against the Texans.
Yeah.
So it's a battle of two terrible teams. Do you think that he'll finally get it done and get a win
I
for
think
the Jets?
Zach Wilson is not great. But I do also think he has some potential. I think they've got to let him brew a little bit, let him sit in there, and let him keep going. And I think we're going to watch a good game between two bad teams, kind of like Lions-Bears on Thursday. It was a great game because it was two really bad teams. I think we're going to see that again between the Jets and the Texans. It's going to be a bad game, but it's going to be a good game because of that. And ultimately, whoever comes out on top in the fourth quarter is going to be the winner of that game. It is what it is. I mean, it's football. It's the NFL at the end of the day, and the winner will take all.
It is what it is, and what it is football.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. The Dallas Cowboys are in quite a bit of a pickle,
Yeah,
one
they
might
are.
say. They have really struggled in November. Should they bench Dak?
No.
Oh, okay, end of the segment.
Yeah, I don't think they should
They
bench
couldn't do
Dak.
it, it is what it is.
No, I don't think they should bench Dak. I think they should keep him out there and let him suffer and let him feel the
Whoa,
pain.
all right.
And feel the burn
Okay.
and see how hard it is without your
Next segment.
star wide receivers.
Okay.
And I think he should suffer and lose.
Let's move on to something else. That got dark real
But ultimately,
quick.
it is what it is.
Jeez. That's a nice transition because we have
Wiki.
No, not that. That was a nice.
Oh, okay.
The thing that we just did with It Is What It Is. We have a similar game.
Is it really that similar though?
Well, it's similar in that we're going to be giving topics and
Yeah.
then talking about them in the most generic sports radio way possible. So, we have an update on the potential
Oh, does that
vote. Does Thanos have a full gauntlet? No, he doesn't. Duh! This is really coming back to bite me that Thanos has no gauntlet. Normal Thanos is still pretty good, but it seems like people just aren't fans of normal Thanos. So people are thinking about this too much. I was hoping people would just be like,
the thought.
"Oh, Thanos, boom!" But no, people are thinking too much.
I think that's what a lot of the people did.
does
I
he
think a
have
lot
the
of people that
gauntlet?
did vote for you did just think Thanos, boom, gauntlet.
That is why I picked Thanos.
But I think it's important to know that it should have been. Whatever.
I was preying
Okay.
on the laziness of the
We-
American
We
consumer.
need to wiki wow wow transition. We should. Our transitions are now sponsored by wiki wow wow.
Okay. We're gonna blatantly make fun of sports radio again. We've done games that make fun of this. Luke wins, and not because I'm his dad. I'm a true Marvel fan. Doctor Strange is more powerful than you think. He is. Doctor Strange is more powerful than you think, but he never uses it. He has two gods. Not to mention Cap is the best leader. Cap is the better leader than Black Panther. I don't know about that because.
Oh, okay, I have Parker's picks.
We'll see about that. We'll get to Parker's picks versus Pegley's picks, but first, making fun of sports radio. We have done games like Reverse Take.
Yes, we
And-
most certainly have. I don't know why I said that so aggressively, but
Yeah, no. And the other game that I'm forgetting the name of that segment. I created the segment where basically we would dude, what was that called? This is bothering me now. Man, we did a segment making fun of the fact that every single sports radio show has a segment. Did you get another vote?
this is the Owen wins no question one.
Oh my
that he
word.
changed.
Luke got another vote. I think Luke's starting to run away with this. Zemo is the worst coach. It seems like people
Okay.
love that you have gods as your strength.
I think because Hela is so powerful.
I really don't have a rebuttal for that. But, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I still have a chance. And if I lose, maybe I can delay the inevitable by just saying that Luke
That's
committed
Thanos' favorite word,
voter
inevitable.
fraud.
How'd I commit voter
Something.
fraud?
Voter fraud?
How'd I commit that?
Oh, I have no idea. It would just be an excuse to try to
No, that's not how that works.
no.
No.
Try to delay Luke winning
No.
by creating a scandal around him.
That's not how that
We'll
works.
see what I can do. Still trying to get to this. So I think we've got that vote settled. It's another vote for Luke, which is very unfortunate.
Yeah.
We have another segment that makes fun of the weird sports radio game that always pops up, which is Verb It, or Verb It, is how I'm going to say it.
Verb it.
Let's rattle off some examples. There was the most recent one that I heard on the radio was a new one, and also the dumbest one I've heard so far, which was Troll It or Roll It, which doesn't even make sense. Is one yes and one is no?
Yeah.
It's are the Cowboys going to win the NFC East? Troll it or roll it? Troll it means no and roll it means yes. It doesn't make sense. We don't have to rattle off a few of them. I think that actually explains
Sums it up pretty well. Yeah.
The games don't make sense. So I'm going to generate a random verb, and then we're going to come up with a verb that rhymes with it to play the game.
Yeah.
So the verb is yowp.
No, I don't even know what that means.
Well, we can look up what it means.
That's
What
way too complicated.
does yowp mean?
Yowp.
Yowp means emitting long, loud cries, a wail in self-pity, a howl with sorrow, holler, shout, scream.
Oh.
It's pronounced yawp. Yawp.
I'm actually gonna pull up
Long, loud
the
cries.
rhyming thing on my
What
computer. so we
rhymes
can-
with yawp? I was gonna say stop, but that doesn't. Yawp. That is weird. What rhymes with Y-A-U-P? Top.
There's no perfect rhymes for this word.
Yawp. Top. Okay. I think. Do you want to do top or drop? I think those are two words that we know.
I think drop. probably.
All right, yop it or drop it. Here we go. The game of the century that will only be around for about 10 minutes. Luke, do you want to give a topic to me first, or should I give a topic to you?
Hit me up with this.
All right, Luke, yop it or drop it. The New England Patriots will win the AFC East ahead of the Buffalo Bills.
Yop it. I think I.
What a shocking take.
Does that mean it's
Please
gonna happen?
elaborate.
think
I have
that
no
means-
idea.
I think yop it means it's gonna happen because if you drop it, that means people are like that means just ignore it. But I
Sure.
think yop it because we're crying.
Wait, but
now.
yopping it means
But yapping is now we're crying because Bill Belichick is gonna win the NFC East again.
AFC.
Or AFC, sorry. Again, and now the Patriots are back on top. So we're yopping it because we're crying, but it's also gonna happen. So
Okay, I like that. What you got?
yop it or drop it. Patrick Mahomes is overrated.
Drop it.
I like that. I'm really glad you said
He's
drop
actually
it.
underrated at this point because the Chiefs started off very slow. They're finally starting to hit their stride. They're not at full strength, but they're getting back into their groove. And people really overreacted to that 3 or 4 week stretch that they had. Just a speed bump. They're going to be fine. Mahomes is going to be fine. Definitely drop it.
I'm really glad you said drop it because I really do not want to yop it.
I hate yopping it.
Yeah, really.
Generally, one of the rules I live my life by is try to yop it as little as possible. Avoid yopping at all costs.
Oof, you got another vote.
Let's go! Gotta go with Owen. Love the Guardians representation. There you go. That was another
Did you
thing.
have Gamora on your team?
I didn't
No,
know.
that's
I didn't point out my
perfect.
chemistry that my coach is Rocket Raccoon and one of his players is Groot, which is just a really strong combo.
Have you ever watched Guardians of the Galaxy?
Yeah, they
You
were
see
good.
how long they got well?
They were buddies.
Yeah, Rocket and Groot did get along
Yeah.
well. Rocket
They're
and
a
other
good
people
pairing.
did not.
They're a good pair.
Okay, anyway, back to this.
All right, Luke, yop it.
Wait, I feel like we should go with another verb this time.
Oh, you want to
Yeah, I
change
think
it?
we should
Okay,
change
okay,
it. We
that's
should
fine.
each get to do it with one. I think changing it up is good.
All right, generate another random verb. That's not a good one. Straddle. Straddle it or... I feel like this is going to be bad.
Is it Ellie?
Yes. Straddle it or paddle it.
That makes no sense.
Straddle it or unsaddle it. What? What is this?
I think we gotta go with another verb.
Straddle it or dog paddle it?
No, go with it. We
Different one? Okay.
Yeah, that is not working.
Harmonize it or... I love this game.
Harmonize.
Harmonize it or French fries it. Harmonize it or appetize it.
Harmonize it or lies it. Harmonize or lies.
What?
I think that's good. Harmonize it.
Because then it's
Harmonize
yes,
it meaning it's
and
like something
lies
that's
is
like
no.
good that's happening, and lies it is like negative. I don't know.
I prefer if it's like there's not.
Harmonize or pies. Harmonize
Yeah,
it
yeah.
or pies it.
I
Yeah.
prefer if there's not a clear yes or no, so that you have no idea what the take
Okay,
is.
harmonize it or pies it.
All right, Luke. Harmonize it or pies it. The Golden State Warriors are the best team in the NBA.
Harmonize it. I think I think with the little that I know, I think they're very good. I mean, you've got a great Steph as a great shooter. You've got the other guy that is really good. And then you've got Klay Thompson, who I think he's still injured, but if he comes back, he's also really good. And you got 3 rock stars right there. Who's the other guy?
Draymond Green.
That guy, yeah. He's good. Watching the Sixers versus Golden State the other day.
Yeah.
Sixers actually went up and then died.
They went down.
Yeah, then they went down and lost. I woke up, Sixers were ahead when I
He
went to
went
bed.
to the top and then they yopped.
They were up when I went to bed, and then they were down when I lost. So I would harmonize it. I mean, 16-2 can't lie.
There you go. All right.
Owen,
My turn.
harmonize it or pies it? I gotta think of one.
That's a good idea. Yeah, I would highly suggest thinking of one.
Ooh, this is a good one. I saw this report the other day. Harmonize it or pies it? Actually, I have to look at the report.
Gotta get your facts straight. You don't
Yeah,
wanna,
I don't want to.
You don't want to be spreading false information out there to anybody. So this is good. This is good. Oh man, some of these other ones are really good. Harmonize it or clockwise it.
Yeah,
Harmonize it or despise it. Harmonize it or downsize it. Harmonize it or disguise it.
oh,
Harmonize it
Um,
or compromise it. Harmonize it or baptize it. Harmonize it or doll's eyes it.
okay, I can harmonize it or pies it. The Browns locker room will turn against Baker Mayfield.
Oh, I'm gonna say pies it because they won't be throwing pies at him, and they will not turn against him either. So I'm gonna pies it. They may present him with a thank you pie at the end of the season because his body is just absolutely broken.
They
He has a
hate him.
shoulder injury. He has a knee injury. I think he has like a rib injury. He is so beat up, but he keeps playing because he loves the team and also because he
team
has
hates him.
it's a contract year.
The
He
team
needs the money.
The team
so
hates him.
why would they hate him?
They
He
don't
isn't
like,
playing great.
They don't have chemistry. That
But I think
organization
that they
is
will
horrible chemistry.
realize-
It's toxic. There are reports that the locker room wants to turn against Baker Mayfield.
Reports.
Reports, yeah.
But I think that the locker room, the players will unite in realizing, hey, this guy is very beat up, but he's still going out there to play for us.
Okay.
He's going to battle despite his injuries.
Okay.
He's fighting through it.
Okay.
Now, it'll help if they start winning.
Yeah.
That'll really help his case. If they don't make the playoffs, then they might turn on him in the offseason. But you're not in the locker room very much in the offseason, so
No.
you're fine.
Let's
You
do
want
one
to do
more.
one more?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, here we go.
Nope.
Surveillance?
No.
Surveil would be the verb. Surveil it?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
Violate it.
Vi-
That sounds a bit... I don't know how I feel about this game anymore. Violate it
Or annihilate it. I like that.
All right.
I like this.
Woo.
One's gonna get a little weird.
This one sounds so dark. Okay, wow. All right. That's okay. Violate it or annihilate it. I can't even say it without. Okay, straight face. This is serious, important question. Violate it or annihilate it. This is Big Ben's last season playing football.
I don't know how to answer this.
Well, you
I know
have two
what I
options.
think. Yeah, I know. I'm going to
Stumped him.
violate it because he is gonna leave. I don't know how that's
Say
violating.
it with confidence.
I'm gonna violate the Steelers and say that Big Ben is leaving.
There you go. Yep, that's good.
Simple enough.
Mm-hmm.
Violate this or annihilate. Violate it or annihilate it. Tatis deserved the MVP.
Oh, annihilate that. No, it was Bryce Harper. He should have had it all the way. It's a good thing he did. Fernando Tatis is a popular guy, but he was hurt most of the year. He literally got moved from shortstop to the outfield
Because he sucks
because of
at
his
shortstop.
defense.
Yeah.
So it's Bryce Harper.
Exactly.
Easy. Annihilate that all day. Let's wrap up. We're definitely going to be playing that again, first of all. Let's
That was
wrap
fun.
up episode 127 with some Parker's picks versus Paglia's picks. I did not make a graphic for the Instagram because there were 3 games happening, and so that it doesn't fit. Obviously, 3 games is a lot. But Luke picked the Lions to beat the Bears, which he got wrong. Parker was then up 4 games. Wow. But then Luke came back because he picked the Raiders to beat the Cowboys, so now Parker remains 3 games up on Luke. So Parker has sent us his picks. You want to just go through and see?
Mr.
Which
Parker
ones are
has the Bengals. I have the Bengals. We both have Colts. Both have Panthers. Ooh, he has the Titans, and I have the Patriots.
Okay. Just a disclaimer, this week I think could have the record for most games picked differently. There are so many games this
some
week
toss-ups.
that are 50-50 or pretty close. A lot of good games,
Eagles, Giants. Both
That's
have
one.
the Eagles.
obviously.
Both have the Falcons and Falcons, Jags. He has the Jets. I have the Texans.
There's a second one, okay?
Chargers, Broncos. I have Chargers. He has Chargers. Packers, Rams. We both have the Packers. He has the Vikings. I have the Niners.
That's going to be a really confusing
2
game.
5-5 teams.
I don't know which of those teams are good or bad. They could both be good, they could both be bad. They're weird.
Ravens, Browns. No doubt about it. The Ravens are going to win that game. He has the Seahawks, and I have the football team.
4 games that are different.
That is a chance for Parker to run away or for me to get ahead.
This is a huge week in Parker's picks versus Paglia's picks. Luke,
So technically,
3 games back, could take the lead.
There were 6 different games this week, because if you count the 2 Thursday games that were different,
That's
6
crazy.
different
That's
games.
the record. That's got to be the record.
Oh, it's got to be.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah, the games this week are really good. There's maybe only like 3 or 4 every week. There's maybe only like 3 or 4 that are like, yeah, this game is going to be really good. One of them last week was Chiefs-Cowboys, and it ended up not even being good anyway. But this week, there's a lot of games with like equally matched teams, which is going to be really
Vikings, Niners is going to be good. Packers, Rams is also going to be really good.
fun. Jets-Texans, like you said, is going to be good because they're bad.
Titans, Patriots, I feel like is going to be good.
Panthers,
Even
Dolphins is
this
at least
game is
even.
gonna be good. This game is also going to be really good, I think.
I don't know why you and Parker picked the Colts. Why are we going against the Bucks? Just because Jonathan Taylor had one really good game, I think people are overreacting on the Colts just a little bit. Whoa, the power went off and then it went back on.
And
Oh no!
our table, it's broken.
I wonder if they can see our faces. That would look pretty creepy if the computers are just lighting us just enough. Oh, we're back.
Hey, and we're back.
All right, well, I guess that's a sign for this episode to be ending soon. So, moment you've all been waiting for, Luke's top 5 hot sauces.
Okay, here we go. Number 5 had a very delicious hot sauce, a little more acidic, a little more vinegary. We got Tabasco. Good hot sauce. I like it. I'll throw it on top of my eggs sometimes, but that's kind of a mood kind of thing. If I'm not in the mood, I'm not going to have it. Number 4, Cholula. This is a more Mexican-y kind of hot sauce. The way I tasted it was, it kind of had a more like, what's the word? I don't even know. But like
Mexican-y.
Like if you're eating Mexican food, and like you tasted this, I guess more salsa-y kind of taste. I don't know. It was very delicious. Number 3, kind of a traditional. I feel like it's a very popular brand, Frank's. Frank's hot sauce.
Standard.
What a great. It's just, it goes with everything. It's good on everything. I'm going to have to switch my number 1 and my number 2 because I just switched in my head. My number 2,
Wow.
Texas Pete hot sauce. I absolutely love Texas.
Again! We don't have our computers with us this time. We put them away because, full disclosure, we forgot, and then we came back to the studio like 10 minutes later. So, Luke's
this
top
one's
5
staying
hot
out for a
sauces.
while.
Here you go. All right,
There
we're
we go.
back. Okay, what were you saying?
Anyway, number 2, Texas Pete. I will put Texas Pete on everything all day long. Texas Pete is very delicious. You can never go wrong with Texas Pete. And the number 1 best hot sauce I have ever had, Truff hot sauce.
Truff.
It is black truffle infused hot sauce. For a tiny 6-ounce bottle, it is $17.68.
Texas Pete sounds better.
It is so expensive, and I've never actually bought it.
Wow.
My neighbor Parker's mom had it, and I had it there, and it was to die for. It was so good. It topped any other hot sauce I've had by a mile and a half, and it was.
Wait, but my mile and a half, and yet you had it at 2, and then you just switched it?
Well, I thought about it for a second. I'm like, wait, no, this is way better. like it was so delicious, and it was like, I had one that was like just regular like buffalo hot sauce, but there was like a honey hot sauce, and it was top tier right there, top tier.
There you go.
We have a little surprise to finish off this segment.
I guess. Yeah, I don't know if it's a surprise.
I said that
it's
I
just
could
hot
take
sauce.
Little, I don't know.
This is basically a shot of Frank's hot sauce, basically.
Yeah.
I don't understand why
Yeah.
anyone would ever want to do this. No, I don't even have hot sauce on regular food, let alone straight up, and there it goes. He just
Not
drank
bad at all.
the whole thing. I'll never understand why people like hot sauce.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm not the one that made the top 5 list, because my top 5 would be 0 hot sauce.
I love hot sauce.
Clearly, you just took a shot of hot sauce.
No, I wouldn't do that every day, but like it's really not that bad.
All right. That's
Luke's top 5 hot
no
sauces.
reaction. It's just he just did it. I was expecting a little more of like, oh man, my mouth is burning a little bit, or just
no,
no,
it is what it is.
took it like a man.
It is what it is. Episode
Hopefully Luke makes a comeback.
127.
He might not.
We'll see you later, gentlemen.
Bye. This is weird.
Yeah, I don't know.